In the heart of a glittering city stood Orion Group, a multi-billion empire led by Ethan Cole, a young, brilliant CEO whose name alone commanded respect in boardrooms across continents. Ethan had everything: wealth, influence, intelligence, but love. That was the one thing he never chased. Yet two women were determined to change that. Vanessa Hart, bold, elegant, and fiercely ambitious. She worked within his company, always perfectly dressed, always present where he could see her. She admired him not just for his success, but for the power that came with being by his side. Then there was Leila Monroe, a socialite known across elite circles. She wasn't subtle about her interest. From charity galas to private dinners, she ensured her presence lingered in his world. Charming, strategic, unforgettable. Both women competed silently, believing it was only a matter of time before Ethan noticed one of them. But Ethan never did. To him, they were just faces in a crowded world, polished, predictable, and strangely distant. Love to Ethan felt rehearsed in their presence. Everything changed the day his grandmother, Mrs. Eleanor Cole, summoned him. "You've built an empire," she said gently, "but your heart is still empty." Ethan smiled faintly. "Love isn't something you schedule, Grandma," she simply replied. "Then let me introduce you to something real." Reluctantly, Ethan agreed to visit a quiet, countryside town where his grandmother had spent her early years. That's where he met Amara. She wasn't what he expected. No designer clothes, no rehearsed charm, no hidden agenda. She was simple, running a small community library, laughing easily, speaking honestly, and living a life untouched by the noise of power and wealth. The first time they spoke, she didn't recognize him. And for the first time in years, Ethan felt seen, not for his title, but for who he was. Days turned into conversations. Conversations turned into connection. And connection turned into something undeniable. Amara challenged him. She questioned him. She laughed at him. She didn't try to impress him, and that was exactly what drew him in. Back in the city, Vanessa and Leila waited, growing restless. But Ethan had already found something they couldn't offer: peace, authenticity, truth. When Ethan finally announced his engagement, the city was stunned. Not to Vanessa, not to Leila, but to a woman no one had ever heard of. At the wedding, his grandmother smiled quietly, watching from the front row, because she knew something they all didn't. Love doesn't respond to effort, it responds to truth. You can't force love with beauty, strategy, or proximity. The right heart will recognize what is real even in the most unexpected place. While they tried to be everything he could want, she simply became everything he needed without even trying.